God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth. Good. And subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and over every living creature.
I'm preaching this morning. We're going to have a lot of slides. So many to screen.
Oh, 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 oh. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Oh, 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 oh. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth.
All right.
Morning. As part of worship at Pathway, we celebrate God Walker Sunday. And this is where, during the next few songs, we take the opportunity to write people's names in the books up here that we know that need a walk with God, a renewed walk with God, or are struggling and need prayer. But we also ask that if you know of somebody who has begun their walk with God or renewed their walk with God, that you light a candle of celebration so that we can rejoice on their behalf. Well, I thought the flooding in Mount Pleasant was bad a few weeks ago, but Hurricane Harvey really takes the cake. And when I hear that if we would have had that much rain here, it would have raised Lake Michigan over 3 feet. That's a lot. And when you start thinking about that, it's pretty fearful to think of the things that we might have lost here in Mount Pleasant, or if it would have happened here. But they've lost, their cars, their homes, their possessions, and lives were even lost. And as believers, it makes me mindful of our verse from Romans 12, where being the body, we have many members. And how cool it is that there's a lot of organizations that we can member ourselves through that are on the ground there working. The spiritual gifts of giving, of serving, of encouraging, and of hospitality are all being shown through the body of believers in Texas. We can pray, and we can also give our time at some point in time, maybe helping others, or our money. It also reminds me of the verse in Galatians we've been working on that, don't become discouraged in doing good, because at the appropriate times we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. And sometimes it gets so overwhelming with all the need that's out there. But God says to do this, especially to those that are among us in the believing community, but to those who are not also. So I want to challenge us in whatever way we can, because the harvest is plentiful. May we be some of those few workers out there working in the harvest field so that God is glorified.
The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, yet trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. How great is our God! Sing with
majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory above the heavens, from the lips of children and infants. You have ordained praise because of your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. The avenger. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory above the heavens, from the lips of children and infants. You have ordained praise because of your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. The avenger.
Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
How majestic is your name. How majestic is your name. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
Continue to worship together. Glad that you could be with us this morning. Pastor Steve and his family are up north at the Tent Church in Pine Grove. Our prayers go out to Marie and their family and the loss of Marie's brother Gerald.